Yeah, we were told that they are going to build another dam there. They are going to remove us, but we had no place to put us. So we were told that we must come here and wait to get another land where they're going to build us the houses. So we came here into Zuma, waiting for the place called the Release Area 91, where we're going to have cows, goats, and everything, and farming there. They didn't do that. When we came there, after we were told that the area that we were going to get was not there, instead they gave us 5.6 million for compensation, but that money went to Chief Mzonjani. And we didn't get that money till now. We are now fighting to get that money. Still now we haven't got that. People are living in a small houses. When we were there, we had big families. In here, we got children sleeping in one room with children, which is not good.
At the end of the day, we did identify a land which was called Release Area 91, which is here at Inanda, which we thought it was suitable for us. But because of the squatters that were living onto that land, they refused for us to buy, to settle on that land, and they took the matter to their liquor resource center, of which at the end of the day, we lost that land. After losing that land, the chief then negotiated with us to say we should then ask for monetary compensation. When the money arrived, the chief never informed the affected families because the check was marked Kati Tribal Authority. Then he thought that, he never thought, he decided that that money was for his whole tribal authority, excluding the evicted families from Inanda Dam who were supposed to be provided with another land. He took that money. He was supposed to open a trust account for that money. He didn't do that. He took the money to the magistrate in Dwedwe, and from there the money was then deposited into an account, a trust account held by Department of Traditional Affairs in 1994, which is controlled by Ulundi. The money was banked and sit there from 1994 till 1999. Then in 1999, Department of Traditional Affairs issued another check back to the chief for the same value of 5.6 million rand. The chief wanted that money because he wanted, that his statement, he wanted to develop his tribal land. Nothing to do with the evicted families. The evicted families are squatted all over, without land, without compensation. In 1999, when the chief got the money back, it had no interest. And that money, as per the documentation in my position from Department of Traditional Affairs, was then misused or corrupted by the officials of Kati Tribal Authority.
Okay, a summary about there are plenty of irregularities inside that report. I looked at that. There were a couple of irregularities in there. For once, we paid over R500,000 rand of S&Ts to those customers. Some of that money has been spent on certain, I think on 8 community halls, which are, I think, 4 or 5 are being completed. Still, there's not been completed. I asked you questions of why. Those questions, what happens to the money? I know for a fact there are problems. That money was not spent in terms of that contribution or to the benefit of the community.
So what is very shame for us, because when the dam was flooded, we got our ancestors just down there, but we didn't manage to take him out. So we as the Zulus, we like to recall the Minister of Water to come and apologize. So because people are very frustrated about this.
Not a free right to us, because we keep always we worry. We worry about we need the bones for my father or for my mother. We don't know where they're going to. Till today, we don't know. Myself, I lost 3 bones. My son and my 2 grandsons. Myself. That's all.
I think the Inanda case is one of worst case scenarios, because when communities are removed in terms of the well-commissioned dams, obviously there should be a proper burial place where communities have to come together and they have to once again say goodbye to the ancestral spirits. In the case of Inanda, that opportunity was not given. The graves were exhumed, the bodies were exhumed. I'm told they were taken in small coffins and they were just thrown in just one big hole, one big grave. That is not the way Africans do, because a person is buried individually. We don't have a mass grave in Africa.
Our ancestors, okay, they are so important to such an extent that if there is something wrong in this house, if my wife is sick, if my daughter is sick, if anybody is sick, okay, if any strange things happen, we go to a grave, okay, we pray. Okay. From there, we feel before Jesus Christ or before God answered or helps us, he should get power from our ancestors. Since we don't know as to where these dead bodies or bones were buried, we can't go anywhere. We can't pray. Even God cannot answer us, because he has to answer our prayer via our ancestors.
Communities are given an opportunity to visit the graves, to speak through their ancestors. That's how Africans do all over Africa. They speak through the spirits, which by visiting the graves. And unfortunately, when another dam was constructed, the African people were robbed of their customary practice of talking to their ancestors, of talking to God through their ancestors. They were robbed that opportunity, and it's one of the calamities of the construction of Inanda Dam.
They called up to say we must come back and identify the graves so that they can exhume them. Okay, but they didn't tell us where they were going to rebury them. That was the problem.
That is why the communities are saying, in order to bring about the reconciliation between them and their ancestors, we need a memorial plaque. They suggested that to the minister that they need a memorial plaque. They need a cleansing ceremony to say to the ancestors, we are sorry that injustice was done to you.
This ceremony is not something easy, because you have to call all the relatives, friends. You have to ensure that they're there. You have to slaughter a goat, and you have to slaughter a cow. You have to have some beers, you know. Once you go there to talk to the ancestors, because we believe even they're not there, but their life is still there under the water, we'll talk on the water, then we'll come back to say, this is where we are now. We will show them where we are now. Because as far as we're concerned, they don't know where we are.